What's up, everybody? If you don't know me, I'm Sephora. I'm a 16-year-old beginner entrepreneur, and this is my mom, Renae Christine. She's actually successful. So I'm going to be interviewing her. We need to know the deeds. We need to know the secrets on how to be successful.
I do get a lot of requests for interviews, and I turn them all down. Every one of them.
I feel so special.
You get perks.
All right, so today I will be interviewing her. I don't know if I already said that, but I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Awesome. We're just going to get right into it. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out okep.com. Okep is a very cute, in vogue clothing store. The website isn't out yet, but if you want really good discounts that nobody else will get and you want to be the first to the gold, be sure to hit the link down below. Cool. All right, first question is, how many businesses have you gone through before getting to a successful one?
Quite a few. When I very first started out, I was in my last year of college when I was kind of just curious about different businesses. And I was doing different things. Like, I tried to sell wedding dresses on eBay.
No way.
That did not work out. Yeah, there were but I heard the statistic 9 out of 10 businesses fail. So in my head, I was like, oh, so I just need to make sure I start 10 then. So I started 10, and I think it was like the 10th one that actually took off. I was pretty accurate to statistics.
Jeez. What other businesses have you done?
I went to my college bookstore and I took books and resold them on Amazon. Back then, Amazon was just books. And then I also sold wedding veils on eBay. That one did kind of okay, but it wasn't really scalable. Then I started a website doing wedding accessories, and that also did not work out. And then I tried a website building business, and it turns out people are very difficult to deal with. And I would build their entire website, and then they'd be like, it looks good. Can we just make this one change, which was like a color, which means I had to pretty much rebuild the entire site. Back then, it was very different than now. Like, you had to build every part of the website in HTML and every page. So to change like one color meant you had to change every graphic on every page. Like, PHP like barely existed at the time, so it was by the end of it, I always made like $1 an hour. So that was another one that just did not fly.
So you're really into weddings.
Yeah, at the time I thought the wedding niche was like the place to be. I did all right. That's where I made my first successful business, was wedding stationery, like wedding invitations. That's the one that finally took off.
Nice. I remember that when I was really young, Mom had that like wedding invitation business. She had these really cute peacock cards, and they were like peacock feathers and everything, and it was so cool.
Yeah, those ones never sold though.
Oh, really? Those were my favorite.
I know, they were cool. I thought they were so cool, but nobody else wanted them.
Okay, next question. What are your favorite ways to make money?
I love to, right now, because I am such a freak. I'm like, this, now this, now this, now this. But I always try to at least finish and make money at something before I move on to the next thing. It's like a video game. Like, I won that one. Now I have to win this one. Right now, my favorite is YouTube. I love making videos, journaling other businesses that I'm working on. That, like, I bought a business and that's making money, and I have my course business and that's making money, and I'm trying to get an Amazon FBA business off the ground, and I just keep losing money at that. But I'm gonna win that video game someday. So I'm hoping that will be my favorite way to make money soon. Right now, my favorite way is just YouTube, journaling the experience, and sharing products that have worked for me that you get an affiliate commission on, like influencer type stuff.
I want to do that so bad. How much do you read?
Well, I'm reading. I'm more of a course person, but I do read. Like, I read every night in my bed before I go to sleep. I work on a business book right now. I'm working on Tim Grover's Winning book that just came out, and it's amazing. But that's about all I read. Throughout the entire day, I always have headphones on, like while I'm taking care of the baby, listening to courses. Because to me, audio courses, video courses, that's what I have used to make millions of dollars before. I know a lot of people are like, courses are a scam or whatever, but that's how I've made money. They're like shortcuts. So people get really mad because I'm like, okay, you don't get the course because you're like, oh, it's all free on YouTube. I'm going to take the paid course, which is like the fancy private jet to my destination to making all the money. So that's what I spend my time all day doing, is watching different courses, and then I'll review them on my channel whether I like them or not.
I've heard all over the place, like the average CEO reads like 60 books a year.
Wow, that's not me. No, I don't have time for that. The CEO, though, you have to remember, is an employee. The CEO is not an entrepreneur, is not the business owner. If you asked the average, like, successful entrepreneur how much they read, I think you'd be very surprised. Like, for example, do you think Elon Musk has time to read 60 books a year? Like, maybe while he's flying places, but it's probably something on the back burner to what he's creating, because an entrepreneur's first thing is, like, creating something all the time.
Got it. That makes me feel better. What is your net worth?
You know, I don't have that exact number, and it's weird to, like, say it out loud. If you include the asset of, like, my business, if I sold my business, million or something or other, at least $1 million. That's all I know right now. Maybe $1.5 million. That's my guess.
All right, cool. What was the hardest part of becoming the successful businesswoman you are today?
Guilt. I know that's so weird. And I think a lot of people equate that to, like, being a woman or a female, like, you feel guilty. But every person, successful male I've heard from, also feels this guilt. They just don't really talk about it because they're expected to, like, leave stuff behind and move forward. But you have to choose. Like, it's the bottom line. You have to choose. Like, my dad was never there growing up, and I didn't understand it at the time, and I held it against him and everything until I became the breadwinner. And then I was like, oh, he wanted me to eat. That was his first priority. Oh, I didn't realize. See, I wanted to play ball all the time. I was like, you didn't play ball with me. It's like, I'm sorry. I was busy making sure you had bread on the table and clothes on your backs. But my dad now feels guilt for that. And now I'm going through that, and I feel guilty that I'm not super mom all the time, always there, able to do every single little thing that moms, like stay-at-home moms, usually do for you kids. Like, even our baby, even my infant, wants to go to Tom a lot of the time because I don't have the time to spend that quality time with her. Like, I make sure she's fed and taken care of, but I don't have time to, like, sit on the floor and play with her. So she's bonded in a way with Tom that I can't bond with her. So I feel very guilty, but I've accepted that guilt and have to continue on, or else everything crumbles around us and nobody eats.
I don't know. I feel like you're a super mom. Like, haven't you seen those movies where, like, the kids don't even see their parents? That's how busy they are. Like, they don't even try spending time with their kids.
Yeah, I don't really spend time with you guys.
We spend time all the time together.
We have 1 hour a week. On Saturdays, we will watch half a Marvel movie every Saturday. That's our time together. Most stay-at-home moms spend a little more time.
Yeah, but
that.
You also help me with my business, and you teach me, and that's also, like, time with you.
That's
I feel
true.
like I get the most time with Mom out of all of us.
Aww.
So. What was the easiest part of becoming a successful businesswoman?
The easiest part? Like the easy... Okay, so if guilt was definitely the hardest part. The easiest part, which is really weird to me, it was the work. And I think I am very lucky and blessed because of that, because I think that's the hardest part for a lot of people. But because of the way that I grew up, I learned to work and I enjoyed it and I felt the satisfaction from it. And in high school, I ran a newspaper, so I knew how to work. Like in high school, everybody knew me as the girl with the planner. Like I had a Stephen Covey planner like this big. And if I lost that planner, I was messed up because I had to keep everything, like before phones, I had to keep everything, like every minute of my day was planned and I had all these different things going and I was editor of the paper and I also I was the manager at Subway and it was just madness, but I enjoyed it and I learned to work. So for me, the work of building the businesses was the easiest part because I saw it as a video game. So it felt very much like, it was more like an addiction than work. It was like, oh, I have to do this. I have to do this. Sorry if I neglect you kids because I have to do this. So like part of it was guilt, but part of it was like delicious, like a drug addiction. That was the easy part. You feel that sometimes.
Yeah, I do. I'm really addicted to this. Like, I gotta win. And I have a planner too, so that kind of freaks me out that you had like a dedicated planner, because without a planner, I can't really do anything either. I'm probably not nearly as busy as you were, but...
You're pretty busy. At this point right now, you're probably as busy as I was at that age.
I don't know. You were editor of a newspaper. That is horrible.
You're manager of the radio station. It's the same thing.
Yeah, except mine is cooler.
You know what? At the
Hands
time,
down.
you know what? Back then, they didn't have a radio station, which just makes you cooler. Again.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hate everything about writing. So, like, I despise English and writing.
You've always struggled with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, again, sophistication.
But I think if you ask most people, they'd wished that they were smarter in math like you are. You just have that mind.
Oh, gosh. Not right now. I'm almost failing pre-calculus. It's
but you
horrible.
can if you put your mind to it.
Yes.
Your mind is just on other things right now.
Anyway, do you do the stock market?
Yes. I got obsessed with it at one point because somebody sold a course for day trading, and the course they sold was based on passive income. So they said, if you're busy and you have a family or whatever, just follow our trades and you're good. Well, I quickly learned that that was a lie, because you have to be able to act at a moment's notice, no matter the time of day or the day or whatever. Like, you get in, you get out, and you make a plan for when you buy and sell. Well, I had other things that were my priority, so I would miss those time slots and I couldn't do it. So I still am in it, but it's really based on Warren Buffett's theory that when everybody is happy, you sell. When everybody panics, that's when you buy. And that has made me quite profitable, because I bought a bunch when everything was like super happy and everything. And then during the pandemic, I don't know if everyone remembers, but there was one day when it, like a 2 or 3 day period, when it like crashed, and then it crashed again, and then it crashed again. And everyone thought it was going to go even lower, but I started slowly selling during those days because I was like, everybody's panicking, I guess I sell. And I was scared it was going to go lower and that I wasn't going to make as much, but because people were panicking, I literally was like, people are panicking, I'm going to sell, just because that is what I do. I can't think about what's going to happen tomorrow. And the day after I sold everything, it went back up. So I was like, I did it! Everyone panicked and I sold! I'm waiting to buy again later. Wait, no, that's when I bought. Oh, I did it right. I made money. When everyone was happy and it went high, I sold. When everybody panicked, that's what I bought. I don't remember. I did it while I made money. That's all.
Got it. Okay, next question. In your opinion, what is the main reason people fail their business?
You know, I've done this and I've taught this since 2012, so almost 10 years now. And I've had a business for like 4 or 5 years before that. So in total, I've done entrepreneurship for about 15 years and I've taught it for almost 10. And at first, I thought it was certain things, and then I thought it's because people hate work. I've thought of so many different reasons, but at this point, I think people just get discouraged. I think when people start doing the work and they don't see results right away, they get discouraged, and they just think it's not worth the effort, and they quit. Kind of like when I diet. I'm like, I ate a salad, I should have lost 10 pounds by now 5 minutes later. So that discouragement, I think, is the same discouragement that a lot of people feel when they want to quit. They've spent money, they've invested money, you've felt it. You personally, like, you guys don't know, Sephora the other day was like tears in her eyes, like, I'm just gonna embarrass you for a minute, like, Mom, I've tried so hard for over a year and it feels like nothing's working, but I can see her growth, and I know a lot of you can see her growth since last year. She has learned so much, and she's learned so many things that haven't worked that I didn't tell her at the time when she was doing it that it wouldn't work, because I knew she wouldn't listen to me, so I just let her do it. So it's kind of like Edison with the light bulb. She's like, oh, these things won't work. Now she's starting to move towards the things that for sure will work. So it's a huge, long process, and I think most people aren't willing to go through that journey. It's just not worth it, especially when your motivation is just money. I just want to make money. I get thousands of emails a month, and most of them are like, I just want to start a business so that it's easier to make money. Like, I lost my job, so I decided I'm gonna go the easy route and start start a business. I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You need to just go get a job. Like, if that's you, if you're just like, I just want the money, it's not going to be enough. It has, like, you have to crave the result so much that it's worth going through all the discouragement. Like where you're like, I have to win. So you're willing to do anything until it happens.
Yeah, discouragement is like a main mood. It's like,
just keep going. Just keep going.
If I look like I'm just like zoned out or something, discouragement. Like, it's always discouragement.
You'll get there.
But yeah.
The great thing about business and entrepreneurship is, like, you don't have to have self-confidence. You don't have to be a guy. You don't have to be like a white male boomer. You don't have to be any of that. You can be totally who you are. You can be an introvert. You can be exactly who you are and still succeed. Even if you're discouraged, even if you're unhappy, even if you gripe the entire way, as long as you do the work, you will see the results eventually, especially if you're willing to move after you fail from something. It's like, oh, that didn't work. Let's try this. Let's try this. Like, who moved my cheat? I've taken over your whole channel. Sorry.
No, this is an interview. You're the one who's supposed to be talking. So pretty much, don't quit and do the work.
Yeah, just keep moving. Keep adapting. You'll find a way. You will always find a way.
Nice. What's your favorite color?
Depends on the year, my mood, the time of day. I can't get away from, like, dusty pink. It just draws me lately. Ironically, this is the same color that I hated when I was your age, and my mom asked if she could wear it to the wedding, and I was like, ew, no. Now I like it. I don't know if it's because I'm old now.
Dusty pink is a nice color. How much television do you watch?
Well, we watch half a Marvel movie on Saturdays. And then at night, while I'm listening to my courses on headphones or reading my book, Tom watches TV next to me. And it's usually like Dateline or Judge Judy. And then the baby watches Farmies while I'm in the room listening to a course. But that's about it. I don't really watch television because there's just too much to do.
Okay. What is most important to you?
This is a trick question.
No, like, what is most important to you in life?
Well, I know that I'm supposed to say God is most important to me, but that's my sin because he's not, and I'm working on it. But I would have to say my family is most important to me. My kids, Tom, taking care of our extended family, like, that is number one on my list. Ironically, I cannot spend time with any of you as you are my most important thing because I'm too busy wanting to make sure you guys have everything that you need to enjoy yourselves.
All right, we got 2 questions left. If you were to start a business in the food industry, what kind of food would you sell?
I'm going to be completely honest with this one because I know what I probably should say and things like that, but honestly, and I've always wanted to do this, and I'm just waiting for Tom to kind of like cave and let me do this, but Tom makes this Cincinnati chili that is so delicious. Like, it kind of like Skyline chili. You guys have probably never heard of that ever. It's like a Cincinnati, Ohio thing, and it's delicious. You've had it. It's yummy.
It's really good.
And you don't have it any normal way. You put the chili on spaghetti, like a sauce. It's different than chili. It doesn't have any beans in it. And it's one of my favorite things on the face of this planet, and he has a very special recipe for it, and I've always wanted to can it and sell it, or start a restaurant called Chili Up, Chiliup. I even paid to have this beautiful branding package for it, for the restaurant, and I paid a guy to make additional chili recipes and other recipes that would go in the restaurant, and he was going to come down and help us set up the restaurant, but at that exact point, Tom was like, we're out. No, it's just too much. It's too much work. This is no longer my dream, because Tom always said like he would love to like sell his chili and do that. So I kind of like carried the dream for him, and then he was like, it's too much. Let it be a pipeline dream, please. Pipeline dream. What is it? Pipe dream? Pipeline dream? Anyway, is there a space between pipeline? Moving on. Pipe dream. So I was like, fine, but I keep bringing it up every now and then. Like, when are you going to let me start Chili Up? But that's what I would do, is I would sell his chili if he'd let me.
What do you think the most profitable food would be, like, to sell?
Oh,
like the best food, like, just in the business.
In a restaurant, I know that fries are like one of the biggest, most profitable thing ever. That's why like all restaurants have them, because I had told my guy, I don't want to have fries. And he said, you're missing out on a lot of money. Then I'm like, we will have fries. But I would have to really research that. Like if I was going to sell something online, like on Amazon, I would probably do some sort of like keto or high protein thing. Jerky or something.
Got it. Yeah, everyone's obsessed with health now. It's like just to make
Build
healthy
a following.
food.
Build a following.
Last question. What do you think about vampires?
I love vampires. Twilight.
That is not what I meant.
You don't even know, because when I had you, I took you to a Twilight movie with myself in the dark.
You
were a
did?
baby, and I was breastfeeding you in the theater. Yes. I don't remember which one came out when you were born in 2004. I don't think it was the first one, because I had seen the first one and loved it. And so it was either the second one or the third one that came out. And my husband at the time, your father, was not interested in going to see it. And I was like, I have to go and I have to see it in the theaters. And you were so tiny and quiet and slept that I was like, I think I can pull this off. So I took you and I looked, it was not a good image, let's just say. A mom going to see Twilight #2 with her baby, and I sat in the back with like a nursing cover and was feeding you, and you kind of squawked, and there was some teenage girls a few rows in front of me, and they kept looking at me and laughing at me like, what a loser old woman with who's a mom coming to see Twilight.
Oh my
with her
gosh.
baby. So you were there. That was the last time I tried to ever do that again.
That is not the response I expected.
Surprise!
Oh my gosh. I've never seen Twilight. I tried watching Twilight one time when I was really young.
And I didn't let you.
Yeah, I even like stole some CD from
the
our home.
DVD?
Yeah, the DVD. I stole the vampire. What is it? Twilight. I stole the Twilight DVD when I was really young, and I went to my best friend's house, who literally just lived right next to us, and I tried watching it there, and it didn't work out because I accidentally left the DVD at their house, and my best friend's mom came back saying, Sephora left this at the house.
You got in so much trouble, but unbeknownst to you, you'd already seen it. You were just really little.
I only got to see a couple minutes. I didn't even watch the movie.
You can see it now.
I'm good.
Although Robert Pattinson, like the main guy, I thought they miscast him. I always thought he looked like someone hit him in the face with a shovel. I don't know. I don't know why he was like the main guy who was supposed to be so hot. I was like, really, the shovel face guy? Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
No judging.
Jeez. All right, that's where we'll end it today. If you like this video, please be sure to smash that like button, and we'll see y'all next time.